Ladies and gentlemen, from the studio that brought you voice acting, the Steel Twins Recording Studio in Traverse City, Michigan, here's your host, the package, Andrew Steele. Take it away. What is up, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and everyone else in between? Happy Saturday, everybody, and, well, normally that would mean that on the Steel Twins Gaming channel, it would be another episode of voice acting. However, that is not possible because apparently my brother is on a little bit of a celebration. He is with a group of friends of his for a bachelor party for one who is getting married. Buddies, I had the potato entering the chat, yes. And of course, speaking of the cannonball Alex Steele coming in clutch. Steel Twins, and speaking of the cannonball, yes, that's exactly right. Normally this would be voice acting between the two of us, but he is away from for a bachelor party. The good news is I'm here for a very special voice acting Redux of one of our favorite games here. I'm talking about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies from the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, but I'm going to go straight to the trial of Damien Tenma. And if you want to see this case in its entirety, go ahead and log into the Steel Twins Gaming's YouTube channel, click on playlists, look up Voice Acting Season 12, Dual Destinies. You will find that case in its entirety, but I would like to redo this as the one-man dub just to see how much better it would be. Now, last time we played that episode on Season 12, we did have a couple of extra voice actors on hand. Speaking of which, we are still looking for a female voice actor who would fill in the role of Adrian Andrews for our current season of voice acting, season 21, the Redux of Justice for All on Farewell, My Turnabout. We are looking to fill. We are looking for a female lead to fill the role of Adrian Andrews as soon as possible. If not, we'll just go ahead and try and do our best. We did have a couple of applicants that expressed their interest via email when they read the news on Facebook that we are looking for more voice actors here. But mind you, this is not a paid gig. So, anyways. So a big shout out to Matt Yokes for following my channel 4 days ago. How the heck are you? It didn't have to happen, but hey, why not? Welcome in. Life's been a little crazy here. I'm still trying to get my stuff together for my channel, this brother channel, the Steel Twins Andy, from Nostalgic Monday to Nintendo Tuesday to. I'm gonna come up with a new concept here. Instead of FPS Wednesday, it's going to be Shoot 'em Up Wednesday. It's kind of I don't know if it's kind of lame title, but Shoot 'em Up Wednesday, whether it be first person, third person, if it involves guns, that's your Wednesday. That would probably be the best bet here. Whether it be on Fortnite, whether it be on Call of Duty or Overwatch or any other game that involves weapons, guns, ammo, things of that nature. Speaking of which, I have re-downloaded the Call of Duty app on the PlayStation, and I've added the add-on Black Ops 7 Warzone. So you'll probably be seeing me on Call of Duty Warzone in anticipation for the release of Modern Warfare 4. I may have the funds, and I may or may not pull the trigger on the Vault edition of that game to gain early access to the open beta and early access to the campaign, which, by the way, my brother and I may end up doing together at some point in time. So we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. And we are, of course, 3 months away from TwitchCon. We do have our passes, and we couldn't be more excited. Now I've talked too much. I'm going to get ready to get on with my second favorite part of this stream, my Dr. Peppery Cherry Zero Sugar. Zion, I hope you're ready, and I hope you got your gavel Glock ready too. You guys know the drill by now. If you have a cap to your bottle or pin to your can, go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off. With a twisty twist. Coming in clutch, Zion, as always, because it's time to get bombed. Cheers, everybody. So, those of you who are craving voice acting, well, I got you fixed right here. I am the one-man dub, and I'm ready to go. Live scene. Oh, your bow pistol. Sorry, I did totally forgot. You updated your weapon. Respect the branding. Yep, Zion's got his bold pistol ready as always. Because it's time to... Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. It's time to uncover the bullpiss. I missed that game, by the way. And another thing, why the hell has Athena Cykes not have her own game yet? Why is there no brand new Ace Attorney series right now? Well, it's probably it may or may not be in development, but I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna try and skip all the way up. So yeah. But anyways, here I am. So here I am at Ace Attorney Trilogy of Apollo Justice. I'm going to go ahead and load, actually, game selection in museum. No. Yeah, okay, so that music, yeah. Episodes. We're going to do episode 2. A mysterious murder like whipping against Fox Chino, pick full bright Spain. Trial, day 1. Okay, here we go. If Athena doesn't have her own game, I'm going to sue Capcom. You better lawyer up. Al. All right. We're going to go ahead and skip 2. Yes, she deserves all the love. Absolutely. I mean, okay, with that said, charge! Trial, day 1. Let's go. Start from playing this chapter? You bet. Gonna get my cords of steel ready. Yeah, see what I did there? All right, here we go. April 18th, 9:15 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Where's Athena? What is she doing here? You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here.
I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all.
Yeah, real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena!
Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices?
I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters.
By scaring the daylights out of me?
No, I find that shouting "I'm fine" in a loud voice. I find that shouting "I'm fine" in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my Cords of Steel voice workout, and a must before every trial.
You want me to shout? Here?
That's right. Here, I'll go first. Then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! I'm pissing fine, yes.
All right. I'm Athena Cykes, and I'm fine. I think that actually worked.
I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time.
I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it.
Speaking of, hold on, let me get to the history here. Old friend of mine from junior high night. That friend happens to be Clay Tarrant, and if you recall from season 12, he was murdered. Don't forget to check out the playlists. Anyways, you're right. It did feel good. Yes.
Hey, how about we finished off with a race around the courthouse?
The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout? Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news! But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. We can talk about that another time. No fair! Inquiring minds want to know. But wow! I'm so used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. Yeah, remember that whole was I? Hold on. Yeah, I think you were there, Zion. That suit makes him look like $1 million. And by the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time. But before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology. Huh? That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he could make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. So he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. I knew it was gonna be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. Wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your... If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Yikes! Better tone down my cords of steel, too. So, are you all ready? Might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Speaking of which, let's check the court record now. Okay, here's attorney's badge. My cherished attorney's badge. Just putting it on makes me feel ready. We have the Yokai Legend Scroll, the sole document showing what Tenma Taro looks like. It seems those who foolishly choose to depict the demon are cursed. Tenma Taro Warning Charm. The Tenma Taro Warning Charm that Jinxie gave me when I set out for the scene of the crime. Ninetales Flower. Flower found only in Ninetales Vale. It boosts Jinxie's courage because it was her mother's favorite. Suit and vest, baby. Yeah. Special edition paper. A newspaper with a photo of Tenma Taro soaring through the air. That's going to be important. There's a crime scene diagram showing the scene of the crime. Foyer diagram of the foyer, including the office used by the caretaker, Phineas Filch. Yeah, I remember him. Fox and Demon statue. A statue that was at the scene of the crime. It depicts Tenma Taro and the nine-tailed fox locked in battle. There's the crime photo. Photo of this fox chamber. There are bloody footprints and black feathers scattered on top of the blood. Amazing Ninetales mask. Mask found washed up by the riverside. It might have been at the crime scene. White hair inside. Amazing Ninetales glossy. Photo of the hero who sparked the monster craze and saved Ninetales Vale from becoming a ghost town. Jinxie's statement. Jinxie's eyewitness account of the demon in the hallway near the crime scene. She says it fled toward the foyer. Tenma Taro sighting. Summary. After leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at a bend in the hall as he made up for the foyer. He was carrying a step-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. TV listings. Filch's TV program guide. The afternoon wrestling match was a total disaster. Alright, here we go. So we checked the court record. Right, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks.
Okay, let's do this.
The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice. All right, let's do it. Prosecutor doing time? Oh, no, tell me that isn't. Oh, but it is, my friend. April 18th, 9:30 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Now, this was months before the bombing incident. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I'd know that big booming voice anywhere. As chipper as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? But who is the young lady next to you?
I'm Athena Cykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school.
Well now, full of beans too, eh? Excellent. Makes an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet. Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak. Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he is currently serving time. Well, cutscene time.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackquill's an inmate.
Yeah. Yep, there he is. Man. And mind you, I keep watching that final case back over and over again, and I'll never forget how horrible that case is.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
Oh, that glare, dude. Oh boy, here we go. Oh God. Yep, that's him. Prosecutor Simon Blackquill. Who's that with his back to us over? Who's that with his back to us over there?
That's him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackquill.
Is the prosecution ready? Ha. Man, that suit is so clean. Yeah, it sure is. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Oh, of course. Forgive me. Ugh. Why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your opening statement, if you don't. Ugh. What's the matter? If you please. Must we continue to fritter away time like this? It is all right then, the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well, looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand. Well then, your baldness. If it's so very important, why don't you do the honors? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things, and then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Huh?
Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement?
Old dotards such as you are a plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren, or is it great-grandchildren? All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace. What? He actually fell for that?
That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about.
The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one, Rex Kyubi, Alderman of Nine Tails Vale. And the defendant, Damien Tenma, Mayor of Tenma Town, is accused of his murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? Well, you call it a dotard. His prints were on the murder weapon. And plus, he had a motive. the elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary, other potential suspects, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive.
So, in a nutshell,
I have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible.
bravo, your boldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
He's playing Simon Says with the judge.
Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright.
Your mama's a dotard, Simon. Zion's at it again, folks, and don't you worry. He means the whole audience no harm.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I am the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackquill here.
I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated.
Wait, who's protecting who from what? Well, still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around.
Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement.
So he says, still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackquill here. Yep. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackquill doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright.
Well, you know what they say. Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious.
Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright.
You got it. But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. Here we go. All right, time for a little witness testimony. About the murder. Alderman Kyubi was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon. Not gonna go spoils, but Fulbright is too damn loud. At the time, Alderman Kyubi was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed the statue and struck back. What? Alderman Kyubi had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug? That's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler, so he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Kyubi's autopsy report added to the court record. Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been in a drug-induced slumber. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear? That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. Louder than that damn suit. Yeah, folks. Turns out he was not. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
Objection! Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear?
Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in a clink.
I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched.
Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade.
I didn't sign up for this!
And so your life is spared. For now.
Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die.
Ha! My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest.
The accused prints were on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence. Wouldn't you agree, your baldness?
The defendant is sounding guiltier by the minute.
He has the judge leaning toward a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun.
What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds.
I can imagine Apollo thinking, I don't get paid enough for this BS. Archibald looks good in 3D. Yes, it does. Yes, he does.
They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Tenma Taro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwoods burg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman.
That mayor's a strange one, all right? I heard he went to a blood drive, but instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. Order! Order! There will be no gossiping in my court.
Your baldness, please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenma Taro. Then again, perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold, the lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment.
Hold it! The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tenma have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms on his head, they're just a fashion statement, I think.
Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they?
The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud.
Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here.
Phew. Thanks for that lifeline, Athena.
Careful, Apollo. He has a judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives.
This guy really is bad news.
In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself despite being impaled.
Still feel bad for Junie Woods. That's from another case, Turnabout Academy, but yeah, never forget that case. She's incapable of murder. The day Junie commits murder is the day I eat my bull pistol. Absolutely not, Zion. She's more innocent than you look, but again, that's another case.
What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker? None other than this statue right here. It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle.
2 yokai to be exact. On one side is a 9-tailed fox, and on the other, Tenma Taro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case were rendered in art.
Fox and demon statue updated in the court record. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. The mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted. Just can't stop thinking about it. None of us can. Another murder with a statue? The Thinker, perhaps? Check on the archives.
Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
All right. I'm just going to grill the guy with like a hamburger, and then if I don't know where I'm going, I'll just do story mode. So about the murder. Let's have some fun here, huh?
Alderman Kyubi was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall.
That much we know for sure. All right.
The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon.
Hold it! It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince could be easily wiped off.
You do have a point there.
I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not.
What do you mean?
Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him who's boss.
I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already?
I don't think he saw that plea for help.
You feeling all right, kid? Running a fever, perhaps?
I wish trials came with a reset button.
Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright.
No, they can't under a black light. The traces remain detectable. All right, I'm gonna do story mode. Screw it.
At the time, Alderman Kyubi was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed the statue and struck back.
We're gonna hit him with are we gonna hit him with this? Fox and Demon statue. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. The mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted. Objection! Did the alderman really strike the mayor?
What? Are you questioning my sense of justice?
Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. Nine-tailed fox is called a kitsnake. Nice. But the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory.
It would appear that the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective's statue theory.
There are no fingerprints. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, every time I do it makes me laugh, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves.
Yes, I believe he is quite gloveless indeed.
If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Oh, hey, it worked. The green thing went away. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you?
This can't be happening! Did I arrest the wrong man?
Cheeseburger.
You did it, Apollo. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse.
Well, it's just 1 point in our favor. Hell yeah.
Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman?
Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor.
You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber?
Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for.
There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackquill, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion?
The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive.
Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono.
Justice Dono? He's been watching too many samurai flicks.
It will take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill.
This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackquill.
There is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's.
So, what are you getting at?
Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion.
Now let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used to wrap the statue? Yes. Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor.
Precisely. Bully for you, boy.
Oh, it was nothing.
Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you too. You just closed the hole for the prosecution.
I did? I did.
Right. That a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. But this also proves there are no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back.
Oops. Fox and demon statue updated in the court record. Weapon used to bludgeon the mayor, wrapped in a large cloth.
Now do you see how dull your mind is?
I'll make sure to sharpen it next time.
A particularly frightening inmate once told me that he always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurai of yore.
Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me.
Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time.
Wait, so the inmate was the murdering samurai prison chef? It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. He's a dick. I don't know. They are kind of fighting for the truth here, but yeah, back then, he is kind of sus. He is, yeah, he's backhanded. I don't even know what to say. I was kind of attached to that hole. Now what?
Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it?
Why didn't I think of that? Anybody could have not left prints on it.
Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please, illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady.
There's only one answer. The real killer.
Prove the existence of this
Real killer, then. What evidence have you?
Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right.
Athena, are you sure about this?
To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks, allegedly from a yokai, were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with that statue.
Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed that alderman?
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Objection!
Objection! No, Athena! You just lost what little credibility we had left!
Sorry. Guess I got carried away.
Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, this kid's still, well, a kid.
Ouch. You meanie. I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright.
So, is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yokai, as you put it?
Just hold the F on, dude. Black feathers? Let's take a look at the court record. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the feathers. The footprints. Where do you suppose they came from? Well, we're about to find out. No, Your Honor. I believe they are a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman. Black feathers and white hair.
Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that?
Why indeed?
Mr. Justice, You seem as new to this as your partner is.
Ouch! This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright.
Oi, Fulbright, explain to his baldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks.
What? You mean you can explain all that?
Ha ha ha! Our investigative prowess is without equal.
I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. He was like,
You sure did, kid.
I had to do that.
Very well. Let's hear about these so-called yokai feathers and tracks.
Time for a little witness testimony. Feathers and tracks.
This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer.
Those feathers and tracks stoked the village's fears?
Absolutely. He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds.
Those feathers only gave way to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenma, that is.
Tenma who?
Tenma, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. From a young age, the villagers are taught to fear the great black-feathered demon, and thus were they blinded to other, more plausible explanations.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect?
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself.
On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at Kyubi Manor. And as part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenma. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection!
Objection. Dullet, you are playing right into the killer's mind games.
What?
Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believe the murder to be the work of the real Tenma. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenma suit is the killer. The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman, and thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime.
Objection! Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection! The evidence speaks for itself. Fulbright.
Right. It was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The amazing Ninetales was fueling both the yokai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite. That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice. But do the people of Ninetales Vale really believe a yokai was behind the crime?
What the hell? I mean, he was headed that route anyway. Yeah. We don't know yet, folks. Continue.
Yokai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I must say, a crime that preys upon innocent, impressionable minds.
Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest prey.
You don't say! Was this inmate a con artist?
No, sir, I'm not talking to you.
Hang on. Okay.
It's a stupid phone. You don't say. Was this inmate a con artist?
No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap.
Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey? Yes, well. Now then, the defense may proceed with their cross-examination. All right, cross-examination time. Feathers and tracks. This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Let's get story mode involved. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters.
Hold it!
All right, let's press one out. Hold it! The amazing Ninetales. No one knows his true identity, right? That's right. And he was a lone wolf, or in other words, he didn't belong to a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defeating one Tenma Town wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was champion.
Like the samurai of yore, surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Town Pro Wrestling.
He was amazing. If ever there was a real superhero, it would be him. I dream of becoming a true champion of justice like him someday.
I bet Detective Fulbright would be a great pro wrestler. He could even team up with Prosecutor Blackquill.
I'd pay money to see that. A police detective and a prisoner in chains? You know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would. And Prosecutor Blackquill would be like,
That doesn't work for me, brother.
so you do understand the greatness that is the amazing Ninetales. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer.
Hold it!
Hold it! But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, why top it off with murder? What do you mean? Just saw a bus painted like the Mystery Machine. Oh, like Scooby-Doo van, yeah. You claim that our client planted the yokai evidence to stoke the villagers' fears. If so, then why not stop there? Why murder Alderman Kyubi? Oh, let's take a look at the court record for a minute. No, I don't see any busts featuring Scooby-Doo, but that's probably something else. Excellent point. It is, isn't it? So Your Honor agrees there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Objection. Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment.
You're saying it wasn't premeditated?
From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery.
A startling discovery? Why don't I like the sound of that?
Alderman Kyubi's secret identity.
Apollo, I think Prosecutor Blackquill has figured out the Alderman's secret identity. But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder?
This is not good.
This patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales. Therefore, we can conclude that this mask was at the crime scene.
No, you don't understand. I saw some MFing boss like the MFing Scooby van. I get it, man. I get it that you saw the van that's painted like Scooby-Doo, and I think it's the words that embody those letters. You know, those letters that embody those words. Oh my! But why would it have been there?
The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more?
Well, could it really be?
Your badness has had an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex Kyubi, was the amazing Ninetales.
We eventually discovered that it was wrong,
And the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder.
No! No, jeez, I don't believe this. What in the world? What? Order! What a shocking development. A motive clearer than crystal clear.
What do we do now, Apollo?
I didn't think they'd tie the Alderman's secret identity to the mayor's motive for murder.
At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the Alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your baldness?
I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona, just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement.
Very astute of you, your baldness.
Right. Now take a look at this. Blackmail letter. If you value your dearest life, you'll merge Ninetales Vale with Tenma Town. Do not tell anyone about this threat. If you do, consider your dearest as good as dead. Oh, God, another hostage exchange. If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetales Vale with Tenma Town. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman Kyubi's pocket. What?
At present, the Alderman's wife is in the hospital, and that letter is clear evidence the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life.
Wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the Alderman's murder?
You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it into the Alderman's pocket?
It's possible. We don't have any proof that that's what happened.
Talk about being up the creek without a paddle. Blackmail letter added to the court record. Threatening letter discovered in one of Alderman Kyubi's pockets. Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he just left after planning the yokai things. But he was knocked out cold by his sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales. So it was the amazing Ninetales counterattack that brought the entire crime to light. Wait a sec. Fulbright's claiming that the mayor killed the Alderman after planting the yokai evidence, and that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. All right, here we go. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping Alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. How about this then? Objection! Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair. What's this? You dare question my justice again? Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. This is the crime scene photo, and just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted. But I already told you they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim. But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. Yeah, right there.
Take that!
Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yes. See how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks were made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder. Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the Alderman. But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the Alderman at the crime scene. There must be some mistake. Raw, cheeseburger. Order. Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you. You do? But how? Bobby, give me your shovel. You're digging yourself deeper. Was my voided sense of justice really just half-baked?
He's taking this really hard.
Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have?
I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jinxie Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks.
Everyone's so silent.
Will somebody please say something?
The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court of justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy.
Your baldness. It appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion.
Hold it! Apollo! Think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court!
What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please, hear me out.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I'm all ears, but you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you were talking about?
It's all in this statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro. After she discovered the crime scene and called the police, she came around the corner in the hall. It was around here.
I hold myself in contempt. Why should you be any different? Bailiff, take him away.
See that? That she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise.
What? How incredibly unjust. Why haven't I heard about this before?
The defense just proved there was someone else.
So the mayor isn't the killer?
Well, sir, the prosecutor is a convicted felon after all.
Apollo! The momentum has shifted in her favor!
Good. Now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
Objection. Uh-oh. Careful.
Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken.
My sword? I didn't know I had one. I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim?
Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him.
Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle? Now that you mention it, y'all can't see the similarities between Mayor Tenma and Tenma Taro. Just bless their heart.
Both Phineas Filch and Florence LaBelle were in the foyer at the time, but they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but the figment of a scared little girl's imagination?
Ugh, why didn't those two see the Tenma Taro impersonator pass by?
Why don't we ask them ourselves?
I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of Kyubi Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something.
I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackquill. I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby.
I knew that Tanuki was a rare find, but when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will.
Did he just say captured? No, wait, I don't want to know.
Very well, then. Bailiff, please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand.
Okay, I think I'm running out of time here. So I better be quick. Will the witness state his name and occupation, please? The name's Fields. Phineas Fields, caretaker of Kyubi Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like. Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch. Ah, it's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again. They're all yours, your honorship, sir. What? They seem awfully expensive. Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship. It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts. Ethics Smith. Just take him if you want him. Polish him up real nice for you, too. I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tenma Taro in the foyer after the murder. All right, here we go. Witness testimony time. Guard in the foyer. At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. Kyubi asked. Just making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I'm still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m., but I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no siree. He looks goofy as hell.
That yokai you keep jabbering about was but the phantom of a little girl's dreams.
So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenma Taro? Yep, we was guarding the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and nothing but the truth. And Tenma Taro? But you don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo-jumbo, do you? I certainly don't. Uh-oh. My bracelet. It's...
Something the matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think Mr. Filch has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit. Where is it? What in the... What's the hawk doing in here? It's Taka. Simon, cut the drivel.
Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact.
He doesn't live with you, you know, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird?
Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud, and that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard.
This isn't some sort of trick or... I won't be able to spot squat like this! What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills! Order. No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom. Somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we had to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. If there was someone dressed as Tenma Taro there, Filch should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinksy's statement for now. Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. All right, yeah, I'm running out of time here. Cross-examination time. Garden foyer. The time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. Kyubi asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, or fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. Aren't you a lot of parents to give a testimony? We're way past the no animals rule now. We're still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. Wait a minute. Objection! Oh, I knew where I was going. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fellow like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
Ah, I didn't watch that one, no siree. I was doing my job just like I was supposed to.
This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yes.
Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your Rudy Poo lawyer talk. I'm one of them professional types too. I can do double duty, watching TV in the foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief.
Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off?
That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV in the foyer at the same time, but that's nothing but a bald-faced lie.
Bald, you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV and the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it.
Maybe it's this. Yep, foyer map. Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I'd think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes! Someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim.
Yeah, it's the bag's out of the cat, or I mean the other way around. Chief, Order! 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 But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case?
It's very relevant because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenma Taro impersonator in the foyer.
Objection!
Objection!
What now?
Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered.
What are you talking about?
This.
I'm not a mind reader.
Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki?
They were? Huh?
I mean, yes. Yes, they were. But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't?
My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I wouldn't hurt anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Ain't loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears were working full time. So who's the liar now, you no good shyster?
A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackquill, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And the bags under your eyes, they're darker than mine.
Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir. The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks. And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
All right, here we go. Witness testimony time. Ears working overtime.
It's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking up, and my ears, they were working overtime. Floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there were no Tamataro in the foyer.
Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forgetting yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense. For lacking that, our entire world will be but upside down.
Says the convict prosecutor was totally a sign of the end times for the legal world.
And besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab them and sell them to the zoo.
I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things.
That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns.
But if we can't prove she saw Tamataro, the mayor's sure to be convicted.
We better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. All right, here we go. Cross-examination time. Here's working overtime. Now, it's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there is all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by.
Hold it! So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch?
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus, that Tamataro makes a sound when it goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How does he do that?
It's that staff of his. That's what jingle jangles. That's what jingle jangles.
What's he talking about, Apollo?
Beats me, but I guess Tamataro has a staff that makes noise.
Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw a Tamataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound.
I guess that's the source of the noise then.
Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Tamataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information?
Very important. Extremely vital. I request that it be added to his testimony.
If Tamataro was to pass by, his staff would have gone jingle jangle.
Objection!
Oh, doesn't have that thing. Objection! Tamataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up.
Is there something the defense would like to share with the court?
Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Tamataro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Tamataro would be holding a staff?
Huh?
You see, the Tamataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands, and she described its sound just like you, and she described its sound just like you did, as a kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, so he was holding the staff. What's your point?
Objection!
Objection! The point is that Tamataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tamataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
Right. There's no staff. Not even a cane or a walking stick. Ugh. So the question is, why does the witness think Tamataro uses a staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level.
Well now, this is getting interesting.
All right, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Tamataro carries a staff.
He actually saw Tamataro. Mr. Filch actually saw Tamataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell! You duplicitous little...
Let's just... Hold on a sec.
Bloody hell! You You duplicitous little... Ugh.
Yes! How'd that feel, Blackquill? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenma Taro that day, didn't you? Well? I'm begging you, please don't make me say it. But clearly you did see Tenma Taro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact. No can do, no way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be. He being who? He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tenma Taro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is, why?
Mr. Filch is scared to death.
Is that why he can't admit the truth?
Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Tenma Taro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenma Taro will claim your soul. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Tenma Taro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said that if she told anyone that she had seen Tenma Taro, he'd claim her soul.
Wait, you think Filch believes that too? So Mr. Big Time City Slicker lawyer has heard about him? Them old village superstitions? Will the defense please explain what the witness is talking about? The people of Ninetales Vale believe some pretty strange things, and their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tenma Taro. Darn straight that's why. It's all right here. Village superstitions. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul? There's only one way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. See, that's why us folks in Ninetales Vale can't talk about seeing Tenma Taro. Village superstitions added to the court record. Superstitions that have been handed down generation to generation in Ninetales Vale. That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenma Taro costume. They knew that way no one could talk about him, so it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Tenma Taro impersonator is the true killer. What?
Objection!
Objection! Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And who would that, using some silly fairy tale, could so easily expose the culprit? And would that, using some silly fairy tale, could so easily expose the culprit? You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Objection! Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackquill.
Objection!
Objection! Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstitions in the clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection! While the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetales Vale, a life or death superstition might make even you a believer. Order! Order, I say!
You fool of a Tanuki. 2 times now your lives have cost me.
Sorry. I promise not to do it again.
Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him.
Yeah, he's gonna eat me alive. Handful of heels. He took off. Bailiff, what are you waiting for? After him, and with your fastest men.
That's certainly not something you see every day.
Cheeseburger. Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as a yokai, Tenma Taro, was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? Oh, he's quiet. he's just quiet. Uh-oh!
What?
Huh? Ah! His shackles! Ha! I'm too young to die!
Justice Dono, long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers.
Ah! He's got a sword! Run! Excuse me. What's going on here? Detective, do something! Ha ha ha! Have no fear, Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
Objection! Then get going already before he kills us! Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackquill, for it is his sense of justice that set him free. Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice. Rav G-Bird.
Silence. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards.
Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, can I ask you to, I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. Well, time to get his bolt pistol.
So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenma Taro is the real killer, not Mia Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime.
Right. That yokai, or rather, whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubi.
Silence. Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber?
What? What? He's right. She said nothing about Tenma Taro being in the Fox Chamber.
Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door.
And your point is?
Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the Alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor.
No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tenma. Ah!
Then why does that little scamp claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room. I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tenma Taro inside the Fox Chamber?
There's but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last, it shall be sated.
Wait, this is still a trial, right?
Show me what you're truly capable of, Justice Dono.
You son of a piss. Very well then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to...
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess?
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of your intent is the loo.
The loo? You mean the bathroom?
Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands.
See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
Yes, sir.
I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins.
I declare Prosecutor Blackquill the winner of this round of Simon Says.
It doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? No, anyway. Talk about the character. April 18th, 10:40 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Unfortunately, I am out of time, so that's where I'm going to stop. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. Back to the menu. And don't save. I can always jump to that episode, by the way, but maybe next time. But if you do really want to see the whole thing, make sure you check the archives. I'm going to go back to intermission for a minute. Oh, I'm going to go back to close the game. So yeah, that's it for today, unfortunately, because I've got a date to go out to, and I need to get going right away. So stay tuned on the Twitter page and Facebook page for any updates. Until next time, folks, I am the Package Andrew Steele, and I am for real. And no time to raid either. With that, pow, I'm gone.